Hello, Lucy. Hello, Acadia. I have a treat for myself today. It's a treat for myself because I'm going to read a story about a goat, and I like goats. Acadia, you probably remember the Princess in Black. Remember the Princess in Black? Remember she used to save the goats, and the monsters used to come out of the ground. And what did the monsters say? The monsters said, "Eat goats, eat goats." But the Princess in Black always saved the goats. I always like goat stories. So this is called Once Upon a Goat. See the little cute little goat there? Once upon a goat. Once upon a goat, and there's a little goat. He's eating. See, the problem, goats will eat just about anything. They really like to eat flowers. So they can be useful because you can put a goat out in your yard. It'll eat the weeds. It'll eat anything coming out of the ground. So if you want to have a goat for a lawnmower, that works pretty well. Okay, here we go. This is the beginning. I hope you can see okay here. This is a big, wide book. It says, once upon a time in a faraway kingdom, a king and queen wished for a child. Okay, so there's the king and the queen. You see them there. Look at all the animals around. See the rabbits down there, the little birds up there with the worm, the ducks in the moat. Okay, so they wish for a child. I think they don't really know what to expect with a child. Listen to what they say. So they're talking about having a child. And the king says, "Yes, but where would we put it?" asked the king. "Next to the vase on the hearth, naturally," replied the queen. "Or beside the roses in the garden," the king added. "Oh, yes, perfect," agreed the queen. Guess they don't really understand that a baby's going to move around a lot. You don't just put it somewhere and that's where it stays. One day, their fairy godmother stopped by for a visit. "Tell me what you desire," she asked. "We'd like to start a family," said the king. "We're not particular," said the queen. "Glowing skin, bright eyes, and hair like ocean waves should do." They want a baby that's got hair like ocean waves. Said their fairy godmother. "A boy would be great," added the king, "but any kid will do." Any kid will do. "Of course," answered the fairy godmother. "Look on your doorstep when the moon is full." Look on your doorstep when the moon is full. At the next full moon, the king and queen ran to the door. "Let it be a boy," said the king. "With hair like ocean waves," said the queen. "What's it going to be? What's it going to be?" "Bah," said the goat. There's a baby goat out there. Oh my gosh. "I wanted a baby," cried the queen. "It's my fault," wailed the king. "I said any kid would do, but I never meant this." You see, the name for a baby goat is a kid, just like for a baby human, a kid. So the king thinks it's his fault because he said any kid would do, and that actually is a kid. A baby goat is called a kid. Oh dear, what are they going to do now? Reluctantly, the king and queen brought the little beast into their home. Uh-oh, he's running around, he's just knocking over a statue. That's what baby goats do. They like to run into things. "Look on the bright side," said the king. "We can still hold it like a baby." "It has a goatee," replied the queen. That's a little beard, a goatee, a little beard. "We won't need to change its diapers," said the queen. "That's disgusting," replied the king. "Yep, the little goat's just going to go poop where it wants to. No diapers for a little goat." What are they going to do? Yep, see, the king stepped in some little goat poop. That's why he's got his foot up there. Well, there are problems having a goat in your house, I guess. "At least it loves the royal roses," said the king. "That's it. It has to go," commanded the queen. It's eating the roses. That's what goats like to do. So they tell the knights, those are the soldiers, to take the goat and put it outside. Little baby goat, look at that. He's going, "Where am I going? I'm just eating the roses. That's just what I like to eat." "I guess we're better off now," said the queen sadly. sadly. "A stand has to be taken for the roses," replied the king. "Of course," said the queen. So they're looking out, they're kind of sad, and there's a little goat. He's outside of the castle now, looking up, trying to figure out what's going on. He wants to get back to his family, back in the castle. There they are. Now it's started to rain. The little goat's who's still outside. He's got his friend, the little frog there. The birds they're getting a little bit wet too. There are the ducks. They're looking out. They're looking out at the little goat. That night it rained hard. "It's not our fault we were given a goat," said the queen. "Not our fault at all," added the king. "And yet, I wonder if we were right to send the little fellow away on such a blustery night." Clearly, he lacks the good sense to find shelter. I suppose he could come in for a bit just to dry off. Okay, so they bring the little goat back inside, and there he is. "He looks hungry," said the king. "Maybe he could share a nibble or two from our meal." Of course, he just knocks over the vase with the flowers in it, and he's eating the flowers again. Because that's what little goats do. That's what big goats do, too. They eat flowers and plants, and they like to knock things over. That's what they do. "It's late. We can hardly send him away now," said the queen. "He shall have to stay in our room for the night." Oh, wow, look at that. They're letting the little baby goat stay in the room. And he's already got a rose from the roses. "It's only for the night," said the king. One night turned into weeks, and weeks into months. See, they just couldn't bear to send the goat outside again. Now the goat's running around. He's got a helmet on, having a good time. And there the goat is. He's on the couch. And you know what the queen is doing? The queen is reading the baby goat stories, just like she would read stories to her baby son or daughter. And this is called, this book, I don't know if you can see that, it says The Frog Prince. The Frog Prince. So she's reading the story about the Frog Prince to the baby goat. And there they are, the baby goat. Now he just lives there and he knocks stuff over, and they don't mind because the baby goat is their little baby. That belongs to them. Oh, what a good story. Before long, their fairy godmother returned for a visit. "How is everything?" She's come back. Look, the goats, he's knocking stuff over. "Wonderful," replied the king and queen. "Perfect. May I see the child?" So the fairy godmother wants to see the child. The goat's right behind her, but she wants to see the child. Maybe there's some confusion here. "Isn't he darling?" said the king. "A blessing," added the queen. "You must be joking," said their fairy godmother. "It's a goat." It's a goat. See, the fairy godmother didn't really intend that. She says, "Hey, that's a goat. That's not a child." "Yes, left on the doorstep when the moon was full, just like you said." "Uh-oh," said the fairy godmother. "I'll be back." Oh, she realized she made a little mistake. She's going to see what she can do to fix it. Oh, dear. So what do we see here? What do you think's going on in this picture? Well, there are two adult goats. It looks like a mama goat and a daddy goat. And they have a little baby on the back of the mama goat. And the mama goat is licking the little baby, and the little baby looks really happy. And the fairy godmother realizes that she made a mistake. She delivered the baby human to the goats and the baby goat to the humans. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do about it now? Well, she decides, she says, this is for the best, really. So she picks up the baby and off she goes. The baby doesn't look too happy about that. The mama goat doesn't look too happy either. She's going, "Where are you going with my baby?" Oh my gosh, I hope this has a happy ending. Most of these stories do. Hopefully this will have a happy ending. And here's the fairy godmother. She says, "My sincere apologies for the misunderstanding. I'll just return the goat, and that will be that." Okay, the little baby doesn't look really happy. He's not with his mama goat and daddy goat anymore. Wait, said the queen. She doesn't want the baby goat to go away. Perhaps there is an alternative, said the king at last. Yes, I see your point, said the fairy godmother. Look what's happening. The baby goat and the baby human are bonding. They love each other. They're the same age. They want to be together too. Isn't this nice? Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is the solution. So the fairy godmother goes and gets the mama goat and the daddy goat and brings them to the castle, and it looks like they're all going to live happily ever after together. Let's see. Well, said the king, not exactly the family we wished for. No, replied the queen, better. Oh, now their house is really torn up. Everything is trashed all over the place, but they got the little toy blocks for the baby boy and the ball and everything, and they have a lot of plants for the goats to eat. And you got the daddy goat and the mama goat and the baby goat, and they're all one happy family. The end. Wow. That was a good story. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story. I love these goat stories. I'll try to find some more for you. Bye-bye, girls.